how it looks when we are doing a retouch application as well as a version application on our mannequins. Applying color at the retouch the retouch, well known as new growth, and the version technique as well. Students will be shown how to demonstrate the proper placement while applying color to the retouch and applying color to the new growth. As well as version is another word for that. Another name for version is mid-strand to ends, then base. It's proper techniques, proper steps to doing the version because of how the color is processed. I have a little learning activity. We're gonna say a couple questions and answers. 3 reasons why we color hair, class. 3 reasons why we color hair. Typically to brighten the natural color, mostly gray coverage, and to make the hair look fuller. Why do we start using color right away? We start using color right away because the color product effectiveness decreases. That means it's losing potency as you go along. What are the steps of virgin application? Here we got mid strands to ends to base, as we see in our demonstration on the board. Where do we start retouch application? Retouch technique. We will start close to the base, maybe like a ½ an inch from the actual scalp. We will start our retouch service, a retouch. It's important to analyze your mannequins, and that's what we will be doing by demonstration. We'll be looking at our mannequins before we start. We want to do our hand sanitizing. When you're doing a color service, you always want to use gloves to protect yourself. Use gloves. Here we are. We're going to do the CCC rule again, just to make sure that we know exactly what our client needs, wants, and her finished look. This glove's kind of tight. Students, we will need our mannequins, our supplies needed. We will need our color brushes, We will need our combs. We have 2 tail combs, but typically, class, which comb will we be using? We will typically use the hard tail comb, plastic. We won't use this comb because it's not safe for for chemical treatment, chemicals. We sometimes will use a wide tooth comb just to detangle the hair in the beginning so we have clean sections. Our mannequin is already sectioned off and she's draped for a color service. She has 2 towels, one behind her head. Prior knowledge, we will be using the proper techniques. We will start the application. We will make sure we have our coverage for ourselves. Typically, you want to cape up. Okay. My mannequin here, she's parted out for a version application. Typically, we will be doing her version in the back because she has short hair and all this hair in the back is gray. So we're going to color this hair in the back. We're going to color her brown. So typically we have our color bowl and our brush. The reason why we have tails on the brush because it helps us part. We can use the tail of this brush to part the hair evenly. She's typically parted, so we're going to do our version first in her back side of her hair for her haircut. So I'm going to do a horizontal parting. We'll start over on the side. I'm going to part her out. We're going to do exactly how it says. We're doing horizontal partings. We are going to go for version relaxer, version color application, mid strand. Can everyone see? We're going to start mid strand first. So as you see, I am demonstrating the mid strand of hair first for the version technique. Next, we're going to follow our steps. We are going to the ends. We're going to the ends to for our next step in the version. Because our client hair is a little short, we're going to hold the hair up at an angle just so we make sure we get proper application. The last step in a version color technique, we are going to the base. The base is typically what, class? It is near the scalp. So we're going to go and place our product, our color, near the scalp. Here we have our version application. Typically our version application color is applied at the full strand of hair. So the whole strand of hair is covered with color product. And we will do that all around. Typically on this typically mannequin, we will do all around. We will go all around the head. So it will be color. I'm going to demonstrate, class, our retouch application on the front half of the head. So she previously had color in the front, but she has gray new growth. So typically I would, so we don't want to clip our clips on us because it's easy to do, but we want to keep it clean. We want to keep the hair parted nice and clean because we don't want to overlap our previous color treated hair. We want to just blend it. We don't want to overlap it. We just want to add to. I will typically take my clip just to get the hair out the way, and I will go in and start my section. As we know, class, when we are doing a retouch, which is our new growth area, where all we see all her gray, we will go in and apply at the base, close to the base as possible. It don't have to go necessarily on the scalp, but we want to get as close as possible. Here we are applying our retouch technique. We're going to use our brush and we're going to apply at the base. The base is typically the part that's closest to the scalp. It's probably about an inch down. And it's going to blend with the previous colored hair. This will be our base application. Some cases, class, we can do both sides. We can apply the product, the color product, on both sides of the hair, but typically it's gonna bleed into it. This is the underside, and then we have the overside. Just so we have saturated our product, that both sides is colored. We always want to keep our hair out the way, clean parting. And then we have our retouch application at the new growth. And then we have our version over on the side. When we are done with our tools, we are going to dispose of them in our dirty tools container with the lid on it, as well as our collarbone, our product. All of that's going to be at a disposal. Our blood exposure. Oops, we done cut ourselves. We cut ourselves, and we gotta make sure we do what? Stop. When you stop, we bleeding everywhere. Oh, oh, oh. Don't panic. I got it under control. I got this under control. Are you okay? Are you okay, ma'am? No, I'm not okay. I got a cut right here on my finger. So we're going to instantly stop and inform the client, I'm sorry, I got to take a little minute. We're going to get our first aid kit. We're going to sanitize first. Sanitize. We're washing our hands. We get our first aid kit out. We're going to make sure we clean up the area, clean up the blood. And then we're going to apply some pressure. We're going to apply some pressure. We're going to put our antiseptic oil on it. After we done washed it off, the blood gone. And clean it up real good. Put our alcohol on it so it's cleaned up. Ooh, it's burning. Ooh, our antiseptic. Ooh, ooh. It's just a little nick, but it hurt. Throw it in the trash. We got our trash bags. We're going to have a Band-Aid. Got our Band-Aid here. You want to be clean. You don't want to be throwing all your Band-Aids and stuff all over the place. We're going to put that Band-Aid on that hand. Oh, gosh. We're going to clean up the area. Put our gloves on. We're putting our gloves on. We're putting our gloves on before we start cleaning up. Put our gloves on. Because we got our Band-Aid covered. We're going to clean up. Wipe it down. Make sure ain't no blood around. Wipe it down. We're going to dispose everything that needs to go in the trash. We're going to take our gloves back off that we done used to clean up all our stuff. Toss it in the trash. We're going to wash our hands again. Woo! My Band-Aid got wet. Woo! Woo! Oh, I got to put another one on. Okay. I'll put it on. Put it on. It's leaking. Make sure that's on. Still kind of hurting, so I'm going to put another glove back on. I want to return back to my service, so I will just put my glove back on because my bandage is on my finger. Typically, I'm using products that's going to cause my finger to get wet again, so I'm going to keep my glove on. Miss Marshall, we are typically done with your service. I have gotten everything done and cleaned up. We're just going to go to the next step. I want to follow up with you and update your record card to assure that your color services in the future is done properly. And that's going to keep track of all your formulas. That's going to keep track of when you come back next on our retouch and also for your zone relax, also for your version relaxer, what we did in your hair. Throw this away. My students will be given a handout. We're going to pass out the handouts. And it's going to be a review of what I just taught today in theory and also that I demonstrated for you in practical. Did anybody have any questions? Okay, you may answer. Give me something you want to ask me about color. At the version? Yes. You apply the color a half an inch. What is an inch and a half? What does that look like? Can everybody show me your fingers? Can everybody show me your fingers? Okay. It's a fun fact If you see those notches on your fingers, they all are an inch. If you notice, if you have a finger here, you have these notches on your finger. That is an inch. That's how you will measure how far you will use in your retouch. You just place that finger there. It can go midway to the other line. That's just saying you like an inch and a half. And that's what we use to measure our inch and a half. If you line it up, it's right at an inch. That's how you will measure. Fun fact. Anyone else have any questions? Yes. We wait 3 to 8 weeks after the original service is complete. That is when you have your previous color treated hair and your client comes back. She got gray roots. It's been how long it's been, Miss Marshall? Girl, it's been about a month. That's pretty much okay. I got enough hair to put in a new growth. That's all your new growth. We're gonna color that back into your pretty brown color. Any more questions? Anyone? Where's the base? What we call the base? It's the scalp, y'all. It's the scalp. Okay. Where the ends at? What do we call the ends? Where are the ends are located? The ends are located at the ends of the hair. Yeah. Why it's so important to know the difference between a retouch and a version? There's different steps to both applications. There's different steps for the techniques that's given. where's the mid strand of the hair located? Typically, the meat of the hair strand, the middle of the hair strand. It's this area here. Once again, we have demonstrated how to apply retouch, and retouch is another name for retouch is new growth. That is typically at the base of the scalp, and it's typically applied at the previous at the it's typically applied at the base to accommodate with the previous color treated hair. We have version application that is typically coloring the whole section of hair. All right, class, is there anything else that I could review for you, go over in this practical of retouch and version application? Using these techniques. And sing.
You said and sing.
Yeah.
She had 3 minutes.
Oh God.
She had 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
We got close.
I
But
think
you did a good job.
You did a really
Yeah.
good job. I think when you got to the end
Yes.
and you ran out of things to do, you could have told them how to shampoo the hair, the color out, and how to redrape the client.
Oh.
Just start making up stuff.
I'm
Okay.
hollering.
Just start, and
Okay.
then you put your brush in that, and it's supposed to go in like the soiled. Or
Oh,
items to be
so
disinfected.
okay.
Yeah.
And then
But you get, I love how you just.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I love that because I did learn something from you about the retouch and color too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you
Your
did
presentation
thing,
was beautiful.
girlfriend.
Like I love
Thank
the visual.
We just need to work on our
Mm-hmm.
tongue.
Yeah.
I will say when you were doing your blood exposure, I did notice like when you were throwing some stuff in the trash, you didn't sanitize right after.
Okay.
So, but that was the only thing that but other than that, and I like how you caught yourself when you was about to put the clip on your leg. Because
You play that out good.
you played that out real good.
Yeah,
You played that out real good. Because I be catching myself. I'll put it like stick it in my watch. I'm like, no, lay it down.
I'm a caper. I clip
Yeah.
it on my cape.
Mhm.
I think you did wonderful. Your presentation is always nice. Your visual is always on point. Cause I'm not an artist, and I said, okay, you got this going down. But when I can see that that's the hair coming out the scalp, that's pretty good. And I like the way you did the blood exposure. That's very visual too. Stop sign, red blood. That was good. And I'm with Tina. You know, I was waiting to hear it, but you did it towards the end. So I said, okay, that was good. You caught yourself on that. But yeah, we have to get in the habit of using what we brought with us. And I think you brought that. That should have been like your clean items that you have. And then, because you already have down there your items to be disinfected. So if you had the shoebox for your clean implements, and then just when you're done, just drop them in the bag. So so you could separate the two and don't get confused with what's down there. But everything else was good. I like it.
Okay, I would probably section it in 4,
Okay.
and I would do one section, the whole section, maybe because you don't want to run out of time. And,
Yeah.
I would just do like all the shaft, and then all the ends, and then all the root.
Okay.
Do it like that, maybe.
Yes. And have a full head of hair.
Right.
We will call this a zone relaxer. You know, you put all the relaxer in the back, the color in the back, and then you just tap up the front.
I was thinking because you didn't have much hair yet
Yeah.
to do it in the 4.
Yeah,
See,
she did.
I'm gonna have a new mannequin that stay for. All right. Yay.
And yeah, and
Thank
I learned
you.
about the finger, the
Yeah.
1 inch.
Mhm.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yep. It's an inch. Yeah.
Everybody
fact.
knew that, huh?
Yeah.
Back.
Yeah, everybody's bringing something new. It's lunchtime, y'all.
It's time for lunch.
Yeah, it's good.
Your
It's
timer,
serious,
yeah, your
great.
timer just went off.
I know you like these sound effects.
Right, that was the other thing. So she told us that even though,
Don't be.
yeah, you
Yeah.
were there when she said it, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
They're not gonna respond.
because I was
This is
I was
not humorous.
trying my best not to laugh. So many things you were doing. She's like, "Oh Jesus, oh
Did you do the base for the color?
The base.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Like a base green, so.
Oh,
yeah, it was
no.
like, yeah, I just realized that too.
That is important. You keep this. I think she.
Oh,
Yeah, she keep
I
those.
keep it? Oh,
She
okay.
keep those
Okay,
because we have our copy.
okay, you have the math, okay.
That is important. I did not even think about that because you have to base before you do any services.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add that in there.